When I was 16, I decided that I would make a fight against racism, sexism, and anti-gay bigotry. By the time I was 18, I had become familiar with the challenges of being a leader of the new civil rights movement, and especially the challenges of inviting other people to do the same. Now, at 21, I've experienced and witnessed enough inequality to last a lifetime. The right to a quality education seeming more and more like a wealthy white privilege with every school closing in Detroit. The reinforcement of a system that not only encourages rape and sexual assault, but often denies justice afterwards. The refusal of full citizenship rights to people who have made America their home, not by paying tens of thousands of dollars for some entrance fee, but by anchoring their lives to the opportunities this country has to offer. I've learned that through the many battles faced by the oppressed people in our society, we've all been fighting for a really long time. Separate maybe, but really important fights. My life has been for the past 5 years since I became a civil rights leader, starting in high school, to help identify and build a movement against this very oppression that has defined our society for far too long. At the University of Michigan, we have our own example of racist retaliation against this movement, contributing to the racist incidents that occurred in Ferguson, Baltimore, Missouri, the University of Missouri, and at the University of California, Berkeley. Even though our legal system seems to have an inability to jail killer cops or to expel and jail rapists or to refuse to deport and give undocumented immigrant citizenship, the movement has never been more able to do all of those things. As one of the people arrested for speaking out against this administration and not pretending anything different, who knows about them knowing that they are guilty of creating a hostile climate, I say to everyone here today, we need to escalate. It's never been wrong to express anger at the people who are officially in power positions who have denied opportunities for minority people. It's never been wrong to have values in the interest of humanity and equal opportunity. And it's definitely never been wrong to fight by any means necessary. In fact, the only mistake we can make now is not fighting, not finishing what we started at the Regents meeting. We've reached the end of an era that was signed by the so-called liberal university's decision to arrest and pursue charges against the leaders of the movement for equality. We were not arrested because we threatened the sanctity of constitutional law, but we were arrested because we threatened the sanctity of the unwritten Jim Crow laws that this university acts on. Laws that we will no longer tolerate. If we go forward as the real leadership of this campus, both in action and in conversation, then we won't just be impacting the people on this campus. We'll be adding meaning to whatever laws that exist to protect and provide for all people of this society who have not chosen racism and prejudice over the optimistic belief that we can achieve real equality if we unite. Here on this campus, our fight will drive people to that cliff where this decision will have to be made over the question of daddy's money or full and equal rights for everyone, for our anti-racist white students in particular. Although the people we win to our side will seem to be in small numbers at first, we have to remember that they represent the rest of the nation and the world's capacity to be influenced by the movement. And this won't happen through moral appeals or national days of crying, but through the vibrance, the anger, and hope-filled dreams that is most clearly existent in our youth leadership. I think that particularly here at Michigan, now is the time that we've seen in reality more students feel less intimidated by crazy attacks made on student groups and the right to freedom of speech and protest because we felt confidence in what we've done. It's not intimidating to be arrested if you think of it in terms of, what are they arresting us for? they don't arrest the people who they organize their own protest with. They don't arrest the people who, get a license from the police chief not to say damn too many times or not to, use curse words in public. They arrest the people that directly challenge the power that they have, and we've done that so many times. That's always been the history of us. And so here today at this tribunal and in future events that we have, I just want to repeat, we need to escalate. And everything that happens, post the Regents meeting era, where the university could at least pretend that they were on the side of the students of this campus, of color, women students, undocumented students, everything that happened after that, when they pursued the charges, when they showed their true face for the first time, when they were finally honest for the first time, everything that happened is a new era of fighting, because we know that we will not win anything by meeting in a private room with E. Royster Harper or Mark Schlissel, but putting them on the national spotlight when we yell at them and kick their ass for what they're doing to the students on this campus and for the students who want to be here and who deserve to be here. I think it's always just so inspiring that we can be angry at this campus and not just feel like, let's just give up on the students here who, feel really depressed. But no, we're like, at the end of the day, we're hopeful. That's, I don't know, I talk to Keisha every day, and at the end of the day, it's about what have we done so far to, boost the morale of students on campus, and what have we done to let other people know that, the option isn't just to put your head down or, offer to be arrested, but the option is to, take the actions that can win, you victories that happen, immediately or, sometime in the future. But I think the victory that we can all agree on, since we've been fighting for civil rights, and, whether it's been 10 years, 20 years, 20 seconds, 20 days, is that, the victory of not feeling that isolation anymore that we talked about, that we all talked about. Like, that is a real victory that we can definitely propose to the other students to not have to be defeated by, because the isolation that people feel that drives people to, dropping out, suicide, that isolation, that is a real weapon that the university relies on in the policies that they've created to be the conditions on this campus. And so I think once you win that victory, not feeling isolated, feeling connected to everyone else, then you've done a good job already. And so the next thing that we have to do is organize with each other and hold each other accountable. So thank you. Let's fight to win.